And we are live. Welcome, everyone, to episode 31 of Falling to the Top. I am Dean the Genetic Marvel, your host. We are going to be talking about a lot of fun things today, not limited to talking about a young man who's been in the news quite a bit with regards to the breakup of his relationship, which I know Cole has an opinion on that, which he said is going to be very entertaining. But without further ado, we're going to get started. We also have a few guests for today. So Serge is already here, so we're ready to party. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. So,
What's up, boy?
welcome, Cole Clayton at Sniffing Glue 22. And of course, everyone knows that. There we go. Joey Edibles of Square Table Degenerates. Let me put up our names. Hold on. Why?
Turn on the name feature. And while you're doing that, I have to ask the panel, whatever happened to Monica Seles? She was a great tennis player, bro. And she got stabbed.
She got stabbed.
She was never the same after that. She's never the same after that. I love
Hey,
Monica.
what's up, Heather?
Fucking love Monica Seles.
Listen, guy, honestly, I find female athletes, wow, they're very impressive. They're very impressive. And you know what?
Tennis players especially. I always love female tennis players. I don't know why. Even
It's
like
the grunting. It's the
Chris,
grunting.
Chris Everett. Boy, it was just Chris Everett down. But she was. I always loved her when I was growing up. She wasn't maybe because she was like the anti-Martina Navratilova, but she was ever since and then obviously Anna Kournikova, everybody liked her, but and then Serena and I mean it's tennis. I just love the outfits and they just good athletes. I just always fuck with female tennis players. If you're out there and you're a female tennis player, slide in my DMs and tell the wife to fuck off for a little bit. All right.
Hey Joey, there's a tennis court by my apartment. Bitches to be there all the time. You want to come over and eat some popcorn or something? You can see it from my balcony.
Sit in their backyard with binoculars watching fucking people play.
You don't even need binoculars. Shit, it's right there. I do it all the time.
We're all good, Heather. How are you? Mick says Boswell and what's up, everyone? Hey, what's up, Walkie Talkies and Neat? Glad everyone's doing great. Listen, I can't disagree with that statement, Joey. Listen, tennis stars, they're I feel like they're sporty, yet not like, hey, you're gonna show me up in an arm wrestle sporty.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's a
classy.
fair, yeah,
Right.
It's a classy sportiness. I get it. It's totally reasonable.
Like chicks who work out but they don't have a six pack kind of thing.
Listen, it's intimidating when a guy has a dick root. When a woman has a dick root, you're like, listen, I don't think that's going to mesh up because I have a big belly, and that's going to make me feel uncomfortable. I love looking at the camel toes in slow-mo in the high jump and hurdles. Well, we're all weak in that fashion, McT. That's not just you. We just don't talk about it, okay? Glad you're doing well, Heather. Tennis is the sport for lesbians. Hey. We don't exclude people from tennis.
Hey, you know what though?
Tennis.
That's fine because lesbians haven't been like beaten around and scratched up and dinked up by a man. You know what I mean? They've only been delicately handled by women. You know what I mean? So it's like I relate it to like cars. If you know the last owner loved this car, you know that he took care of it, all the parts were replaced, the oil was changed correct, you know what I mean? Like, so
the trusted mechanic worked on it.
Exactly.
The views and opinions expressed by Cole Clayton at Sniffing Glue 22 are not necessarily those of Dino, the Genetic Marvel, or Joey Table, and the Score Table Degenerates. All rights reserved. Copyright 2022.
That's how it works.
But Martina Navratilova was she was a pioneer in LGBT rights, I believe. I have nothing but respect for Martina. Very, very good tennis player and honorable person.
Absolutely. Listen, Stifler's mom _14 says I throw trees for my exercise and eat the hearts of my enemies. Listen, that's only listen, I live by the laws of Conan, right?
That's
what is good?
Hot,
it's vanquishing your enemies and seeing their women and children run before you. That's
drinking from their skulls as a chalice.
I feel like if we had more of that in life, we would be able to elevate to where we should be. China was very womanly. Whoa, manly. That
No,
says
that
whoa,
was,
man.
that was, you want to talk about the sex tape nobody watched, the X-Pac China sex tape. I don't think one person's watched it. I don't think one person
Well,
watched it.
I watched it. It wasn't good.
All right, now
it was-
the cutting down trees analogy reminds me. You ever heard Mr. T in basic training?
Yes.
The legend was his drill instructor went out and said, "Go out there and chop some trees, T." And he just kept chopping trees down for like 3 hours, and nobody fucking told him to stop. He had like all these trees chopped down.
Bro,
This was
he
such a good-
decimated hey, and it was a punishment because he was like, well, what should I do? He's like, here, take an axe, go cut down some trees. It was as if like, oh, do something ridiculous. The bastard goes and cuts down half the forest. Hey, that's when being bigger and stronger and smarter, but not looking it, is delicious.
And he used to get all them gold chains was just extra shit people used to leave at the club at the end of the night. He just started wearing it all, and that's where he got it.
Could you imagine having to confiscate? Like, why would you confiscate their gold? Like, that's a weird thing. But at the same time, you're going, there was no internet back then. You weren't getting it back. It's
Well,
just
half the people, well, let's be real too. Half the people back then were probably, on coke or selling coke or doing coke, whatever. So cokeheads, hey, give me the gold chain. I'm going to tell you everybody you're doing coke. Okay, here you go. That's a gold chain.
Listen, I feel like everyone should commend Jen. She's gone into real estate and is building homes. So good for you. Listen. I feel like there's not enough real estate crime, Jen. So you should really corner the market. Make sure they're log cabins, but don't sell them sell it like an Apple product. If they want doors, they have to pay a fee, and they're only rented. No permanent doors allowed.
Shit.
All right. So what are we talking about today? What did I tell you guys? I didn't say shit, didn't I? Yeah, because I'm an asshole. Okay.
We're high. We don't remember anyways.
Also, we're all very high. I forgot to go I smoked a joint, but I did not. Let's see here. We have FBI. Didn't. Also, Footloose. Very nice. There's some random things we have. Oh no, we talked about this. The AI generated artwork in first place, and artists are losing their mind. Let's be honest. It's the TikTok of comedy. What is this? Okay, I'm going to show you guys a picture. You guys got to tell me what you think it is. Okay, it's going to be very quick. You ready? You both ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
That's an elbow, I think.
That is definitely a penis. I don't care what that
No, it was my knee, but that's fine.
is. Right.
It does look like a nipple, though, doesn't it?
Those aren't the same picture.
It's the same picture, bro.
No.
Zoomed in. That's just my cat. Okay, that is not all. That is not my other leg. That is my cat. Okay. So this past week, this happened. She's 26. Counted it myself. Leo's a little bit angry. So, thoughts, opinions. He's also how old is Leo these days?
He's in his 40s.
He's 46.
Easily.
Boy, he's 1 year older than me. I always remember that. So he's 46. I'm 45.
Damn, he looked good for his age. Holy
Right,
shit.
right.
4 years older than I am. Ooh.
I thought he was early 40s.
Wait, do you know how old are you?
I'm 42. I
No
just turned
shit.
42. Hey, Rachel. Van's down by the river. My father likes watching women's bodybuilding. I think something's wrong with his taste.
Ew,
No,
yeah,
listen.
no.
Hey, listen. If you've ever been a little spoon, it feels nice. Okay. See, Jen only builds homes for men who wear lumberjack plaid, mostly because she's stronger than them. I feel like that's reasonable in this day and age. I feel like you want to be able to show people up. Yeah. Like, listen,
you
let's be honest.
have lumberjack pajama pants on right now, Cole. You never leave the house, do you, dude?
Hey,
I try not to. Whenever I have to, it sucks.
Joey, let's be honest. Those pants are versatile. They are not just pajamas. He wears them out and about.
I wear them to the grocery store, outdoor dashing.
All right, I got to know which one of your exes did you take those off of? I know you took them off one.
Oh, my baby mama, of course. The infamous one.
So Leah's the infamous one. Okay.
One half of Twitter, all Instagram, and all of Facebook knows about for sure.
Yeah, oh, for sure. 100%.
46
I'm surprised she don't know it's her yet.
God, he's 46 years old, and now he's looking for a new love, let's say. He's essentially the new Jack Nicholson. What do you guys think about it? Is it reasonable? Is it crazy? I'm older than you three. Mick, you're just traveling through time. You have no age anymore, right? You're some sort of...
Yeah, but it came from like the 1530s and shit and back to modern day.
I feel like no one in the UK ages. They just,
Well, it's weird. The UK it's like
They age, they just don't die.
Hey, their
Yeah, like
their
everybody
teeth
loves-
age, their skin just kind of stays the same. They're just,
Well,
they all look
they
45.
figure out ways over there to do things we should be doing over here, like simplification of fucking ingredients that go into items. Like me and my buddy Laz the other day I was drinking some iced tea here. I had the ghetto tea. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Colton Clay. I'm fucking high, so I'm like Clay.
Lipton.
Yeah, it's the Dairyman's Diet Iced Tea, and there was like 15 different ingredients. He's like, all our shit is milk, water, and sugar or whatever, the tea leaves. And it's like their chocolate's like that too. You read the back, their chocolate's so good too. I love fucking British chocolate, bro. It's so good compared to our shit.
Oh yeah.
We get so many additives in here, bro. Everything we have is so many additives. It's ridiculous.
Well, you
Like,
guys don't
so
have as much
many.
cocoa, right? It's 10% you only need. In the UK, it's 20. In Canada, it's 15.
Yeah,
I guess it
the
just makes sense.
additive thing too is as much of a capitalist country as we are, probably the most capitalist country. How do they find that like financially savvy to keep just shoving different shit into things all the fucking time? Like I've never understood that.
It's very specific. It's the creation of uniformity and replacing variables. So think about it this way: is every batch of chocolate will have a little bit different of a taste. So you'll use stabilizers and flavors and perfumes to give it a uniform taste, so that all your chocolate is the same. The problem is those chemicals then have to be documented and released because they have other effects. Leo is just money and what's NDAs? NDAs. Oh yeah, NDA. Yeah, that's true. Guy, have you heard about what he does?
I have not informed me because I haven't heard none of this. I don't like thinking bad about the guy.
So the way I heard it was when he was on the prowl, he would essentially kind of slowly suss out women, like because they flock to the guy, right? He's Leonardo DiCaprio, but like him, and he has other guys that are security that will just be like asking people questions, and then slowly gets whittled down, and it's like, okay, have you ever had any disease? Then it's like, okay, are you clean and everything? Sign this, pop off, and that's how it works. It's scary.
They say Derek Jeter was like that. He would pick out, he'd have one of his guys pick out a woman in the crowd and approach him because he would never approach himself. He'd always send one of his lackeys up there to go get a chick in the crowd to spend that time that night.
I think wizard person. That's what they all do. Like,
well, my thing, dude, is it's like this, dude. How do people who have that much money and they're that good looking have that little game? Like Derek Jeter is a biracial angel. He's a good looking dude. He really is a good looking guy. How could somebody who's making $100-200 million in his career have that little of games where he needs to send one of his buddies? Like that's idiotic to me, bro.
Let's be honest, bro. The fact is that men aren't necessarily pretty, right? In general, they will look unthreatening or friendly, but it's very seldom. Like handsome would be the top. No one's gonna be like, that's a beautiful man. When you get called a beautiful man, it's a weird statement, right? So like that in and of itself is one thing, but
well, the way I look at it,
these guys are just liars, right? Sorry, Cole, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just saying, like, these guys are professional liars, right? So can you imagine? And they've done it in movies where a famous actor will say lines from his movie as if they're his own, and they're like, "Oh, I remember that. That was from a movie," because it's a fan, right? So you can't I feel like it would be even harder to have real game because let's be honest, you don't have writers following you around telling you what to say, right? It's wingman for life. I feel like you get paid well, right? And like you're gonna get some like tertiary tail.
It gets good stories out of that.
My buddy Hernán always jokes about the runoff. He's like, if you get big, I'll settle for the 8s and 9s. When you take the 10s, that's fine.
Right.
Listen, he'll take the 5s and 6s. Is what he's saying. If that. Okay.
The way I look at it, to answer your question, Joe, is take it from somebody who's like imagine like two different basketball stars. One is from a 5-star college and getting drafted in the first round. And this other kid grew up in the ghetto, went to a poor high school, got in on a red shirt or whatever. But he just worked his fucking ass off. The 5-star kid he had all the fucking things going for him, where the one kid who his dad wasn't around and all that other shit built his way up, and he's becoming this fucking big huge star over time. You don't need a lot of game when you have everything going for you. You know what I mean? All of us had to develop our game. You know what I mean? None of us have money, and we're not the greatest looking guys in the fucking world either. You know what I mean?
That's
we
fine.
know how to pick up chicks. You know what I mean?
I definitely do not know how to pick up chicks. I've never
Well, I
known how to
think
pick up chicks. I am horrible at it.
I think chicks love comedy more than we realize. I think so many comedians are self-loathing. They're like, "Oh, I'm ugly, I got a small dick," and they start to believe their jokes, and they think that's them. When in reality, they could be getting some premium tail if they would just not be so fucking, goddamn toxic.
Such a crybaby.
right? Like,
Listen,
I'm a comic. Nobody loves me. Like, fuck, people love you. You're just a crybaby. You don't see that shit, you fucking idiots.
Women love comedy. They just don't like to be the ass of the joke. That's what it is.
Oh, for sure. They like chicks like the non-threatening crap. They don't like the gross shit like guys do. I've realized that. Like, like I could do a whole fucking 20-minute set about jokes about spooging on shit and cutting off heads and shit down the X, just gross shit that makes me laugh, bro. Fucking laugh. But like people are like, oh, and then they just leave the room. Like, so I get it. I totally get it.
And I had that discussion earlier today. Was the idea? I'm like, the idea is not being gross, is being so gross it's hilarious, right? If you go the other way, you're like, if you end up being gross, then you're just gross. But if you're so gross that it's hilarious, that's another level. Like, that's top tier shtick, right? So you can't, and that's why, like, the idea of being set up like that, you're going, no. That's not how any of that works. You have to, it's about those good, like, you come on stage and you're all pissy and angry. No, you have to, like, I come on stage pissy and angry and I go through every emotion to get to happy by the end. And then I'm like, by the way, you guys suck. Boom. And I leave. Why? Because that's the shtick, right? It's good. I make people feel like they're worth something and then I pull it all away from them.
Right. We've been over that before, but too many comedians are self-loathing. You got to stop believing you're that bad, man. We're a bunch of sexy bitches and we need to act like it.
You guys want to hear the best and worst thing someone's ever said to me?
Sure.
So I was having an argument with another comic, and I'll tell you, it was traumatic because there were other people watching, but what happened was they said, "You're so fat, you probably can't see your dick." And I said, "I can when it's hard still." And a woman was watching, goes, "Man, your dick must be humongous," and then turned around and walked away. And I was like, "Oh, I'm really fat. Shit." Like, oh. It's like, wow, it must be like massive because you were so fat. And I was like, same thing. It's funny because it's funny.
You ever see that meme about where it says how you can be happy and sad at the same time, and it shows the guy and says, "Tell me something," and then the wife goes, "Of all your brothers, you heard your dick's the biggest."
Right? Yeah.
And you got to just take the good. Can you imagine somebody saying that? You'd be like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here."
I don't have to imagine something like that. I have a mentally handicapped brother whose dick is just the size of my face. So, like, I'm like, God is real. He's got a fucked up sense of humor. Like, he can't even use this thing.
Dude, there was a porn once I saw. There was this porn actor named Chris Charming, and he played Forrest Hump, and he talked just like the Forrest Gump accent. Oh, it was so fucking hilarious. It's like, "I'm Forrest Hump," and they pull out his big fucking 9-incher, just fucking killed it. It was great.
Mike O'Brien says, "I can see your dick from America." Well, thanks. Listen, I didn't shine a light on it. It wasn't on purpose. It just.
Hey, what Serge talked about chemicals and the cancer too, bro. I think there's validity to that. There's a lot more people dying of cancer than there was back in the day. Listen, and it's got to be right into the chemicals. There's no way. Both my parents died of cancer, and I think it's the case. I think it's very, very valid statement there.
Hey, it's not just the increase of cancer, but also other things, like things that are affecting people's brains, dementia, Parkinson's, MS, all these things that usually, like back in the day, it was like, oh, that was like it had to be in your blood, or like it was in your genes and stuff like that. And you're going, no, now it's just fucking rampant. Why? Because there's stuff that we should not. Technically, you can eat it, but you're like, hey, technically, you can eat your own fingers. Should you? No, you can't.
I'm fine with it. Like, it keeps traffic down. I'm tired of those motherfuckers sitting at the red light, and when it turns green, you have to like blow your horn because they've been sitting on their phone for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And the red light is at 10 minutes long. The green light is 10 seconds long. You know what I mean? So if he doesn't go right then, we're all sitting right there at the fucking red light for another round. So yeah, let's just kill people. So like, just kill as much people as we can. I'm fine with it.
Actually, I wouldn't say kill, but maybe there is some truth to this. And I'll be admitting that I look at my phone at the light, and I'm the guy who you beep at probably sometimes. Well, like maybe there needs to be like a shocker built into the phone, like so.
An
It's like,
app, right?
The
I
later
thought
the
this
arrow
too.
turns green, the later the arrow turns green, your phone goes. And you got to do it. You know what I mean? So maybe we need to connect those cell phones to the traffic signal.
There needs to be an app
Listen.
to the red light where you just turn it on, and every time you're at a green light, it tells you, "Hey," it sends a notification to your phone. Go, bitch.
Right, because like I don't want to look at my phone when I'm driving. That's not safe. But at a light, it's a perfect time to look at your phone.
Exactly.
What else am I going to do? But I'm
And I
so
live in
engrossed in my phone,
fucking
I'm not trying to
Mayfield
figure-
Heights, which every fucking goddamn intersection has a red light. It fucking sucks.
You know what you guys remind me of today? I've been seeing the videos with the same sound, and the sound is, I have the motivation in my heart that my daddy gave me when I was young. And then a guy comes on and goes, "Hey, stop acting like a bitch and get over here." Okay, that's you two. You're like, "Hey, stop acting like a bitch and get to work." Like, what? Just, hey man, you know what? Maybe everybody just calm down. Just calm down, relax. Mike O'Brien, I don't know why I deserve all these compliments. Dino's dick is so big, they gave it a zip code. It's like it fell over across the board. They're like, well, this sucks. We're just going to have to name it a new town.
There
My
was
dick is the same length as it is wide. It has a 3 in the top right hand corner of it.
Like a cheese wheel? Like
Just huge.
It's fucking horrible. I remember calling a guy tuna can. He was like, what? I'm like, it's not big enough to
Not that
penetrate.
big.
It just rubs it on the women.
It's not that big.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, it's not the size of it. It's just the same size.
Well, I mean, they say 90% of dicks are between 5 and 7 inches. I think porn has just ruined a lot of guys' thought processes. I mean, like, if I'm not Lex Steele out there just fucking tearing it up, and she's not, impaled, I'm done with life. That's what people are
Oh,
thinking.
come on. Listen, and you know how much damage that can do to a person getting penetrated that much? Like, God,
Well,
some of those guys are going, oh, God damn, are you kidding? And
Right,
also,
and
To be
there's
fair,
a lot
I
of
think
guys, dude, who think that like the bigger they are, that's what makes the woman orgasm. That's just not the case. Like, it's just not. But I mean, whatever makes you sleep at night, I guess. I don't know, man. Some of these guys are so jaded. Porn just fucked the whole generation up.
Don't
It's so
listen.
easy to get porn.
if you
So
want
easy
to,
to get it.
yeah, if you want to have a good time with your significant other, don't watch pornography and maybe read some articles about how you can be nice to your significant
we're
other.
all gonna read a
creepy,
Cosmopolitan
dude.
now. Go fuck yourself.
Porn's creepy, bro. It's still like all stepsisters. Like, dude, these scenarios are so unrealistic. You don't find out you're not related to somebody and then fuck them 2 seconds later. It's just not. This never has happened in the history of the world. Like, I just don't like it's just so ick. And that's gross. Somebody like me saying that, bro. Somebody like Joey Edible saying that porn is ick today. It's fucking weird. I'm a gross fuck, but dude, it's disgusting. I don't like any of it.
I feel like grossing
The first step
Joey's.
to coming out of the closet is denial. So
Tunas are upset about his pants girths. What the fuck? Tina's dick looks like Randy Fisk. Hey, I'm an anteater. Okay, I'm an anteater, sir.
gross.
You'll address me as such.
That was a weird image.
the preferable
It's just
term is
in there now.
I'm a real
intact-
man.
Hey, it's intact American. I'm in the same intact boat you are, sir. So it's intact. We're intact.
Anteaters for life, bro.
You guys are of the age where y'all are still eating through the bush, though. So, like,
Hey,
I don't
it's
envy
like
you
this,
guys
dude.
at
It's
all.
like this. I mean, not to get into that gay talk era, but I mean, we all look at shit in the locker room, and Gen X, dude. Everybody was circumcised in Gen X, bro. Everyone was. So it was really awkward being one of like 2% of people growing up who fucking still had the hood on the fucking helmet there. It's so you know what I mean. So I learned at a very young age to humor, because when you're the only one of something who has something and everybody else in the locker room doesn't have it, it tends to make you stick out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Dude, I hate how often I go to watch porn now, and the dude has like an 11-inch uncircumcised dick, and I'm like, what am I watching? Tremors? This is disgusting. Like, swipe to the left, whatever. Go to the next video. I don't care how hot the bitch is. This is disturbing.
I feel like it was like Alien Covenant, that snake thing that attacked the guy in the tunnel. More so.
Definitely.
That's the one thing is like,
Alien versus Predator shit for sure.
well, that's the thing is you see some crazy shit, right? Like honestly, Joey, like you're very true, like honest when it comes to that kind of stuff. Is true. It's absolutely heinous, the scenarios. I'm like, listen, I don't need a full story, but give me something. I don't need thespians, but like have like taken a class. You know, nobody
Oh.
comes over and goes, "Oh, do you want to do my plumbing?" Oh, that's not how that works. Okay, let's not at least be like, "Hey, you seem like a really nice guy." I'm like, maybe we could go for dinner, or maybe we could just go to dessert, and then you bang. That's a reasonable. That could happen to somebody, but no one's gonna walk into your house and just, "Oh, it's not." Come on.
Well, the
Our
thing too, they
followers-
don't teach game. They don't teach game in school. You gotta learn that shit yourself. And no chick like takes guys under the wing. They could be good guys. Oh, you just do this, this, and this, and chicks will find you attractive. They
I was
don't.
throwing
Guys,
game with my
just learn-
teacher and shit.
guys just gotta learn for themselves. And the saying, "Women wait at the finish line," or they don't want to grow with somebody. They just wait at the finish line and pick the winners. That's so true, dude. It's so true.
There's definitely
fucking
some
true.
significant issues with regards to being single later on in life. That is.
Dude,
Bro,
there's a
listen.
waiting. Oh, I won't say anything. But I'll say there's a waiting list for Joey Edibles. I'll put it that way. They just it's just wild, bro. They just flock. They see
Okay.
that you're a provider. They see that you can, if you make them laugh, fuck. You just don't call them an asshole and say, "Show me your tits" every 2 seconds. They like, "Wow, you're a nice guy." And that's a weird dichotomy. That's the exact opposite of my 20s, bro. And I think it's because I got kids now and I got a bunch of money in the bank and I'm a famous YouTuber and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
The two are not mutually exclusive, bro. I'm the same fucking person I was when I was 22.
Of course,
You're
you
out
are.
there awkward as
Doesn't
fuck.
matter.
You know what I mean?
Listen, the market has changed so drastically. This is why I was telling somebody the other day. I'm like, I tell like guys who are nerds, I'm like, bro, you just put your head down, okay? Because you know what? The time is coming. All these people are going to be single, and you know what? That's a different conversation. People change over time, right? You're not the person. You may be the same person, but you're following a different criteria now. It's a different setup,
Experiences and whatnot.
right?
You know,
We're all different. You grow over time and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not the same. It's a different market. It's a different. People want different things. God damn, man. Some people are just like, hey, man, just let's hang out and do stuff together. And if you're like, okay, just whatever.
I'm extremely
Smelly milk.
upsettingly comfortable with being single for the rest of my life if I have to.
That's a guy thing, though, right?
Isn't
Men-
it? I thought it was more of a chick
No, I
thing.
know.
Listen.
Well, I mean, there's some women I know who, if the right guy came along, they would probably do it. But like, they're comfortable.
I have yet to meet a woman. A person who, when they did actually experience love, because there are so many people, we've all seen these, who are like, oh, I never want to be in a relationship. 6 months later, they find real love because they've been in shit relationships their whole life. They finally get it, and now they're like, oh, I could never go back. And you're going, yeah, that's the difference, right? When you have a good relationship, a good situation, yeah, you don't want to ditch it. Why would you?
Right.
But at the same time, people commit to sadness. Be like, no, I'm happy. I'm happy. Don't I look happy? And you're like,
Me.
yeah, bro, real happy.
Well, they make the obstacles so insane for men when it comes to marriage and leaving. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, oh yeah, let me give up 25% of my fucking net adjusted gross to some person who doesn't like me, and let me not see my kids but once every other weekend. And oh yeah, let me not get them on my tax return again. And oh yeah, let me move in with my parents because my fucking ex got the house. Oh yeah, that's a real good life. Just because I want to fuck
Get the
somebody
house
else.
and child support. I've
That's-
never understood that.
Right?
You know,
Like, fuck you with a stick, dude. It's just easier to cheat and just not talk about it than fucking play all these stupid societal rules. Like, I'm not paying $25,000 to get the pussy. Fuck out of here.
I am not against being in a serious relationship ever again. I'm not. I don't think I ever fucking I'm not gonna look for it, mind you, but I will never ever get married. That is just something that I'm just like, any bitch who wants to be with me is just gonna have to accept. We can pretend to be married, whatever the fuck you want to do. I'll buy you a ring. I'm not doing that legal shit because
What if you
I
got
see
good
people
benefits?
get
Though?
fucked easy.
What if it was for benefits though? Like if there was a chick who was in the service and she had 100%, you get all her medical benefits.
I'm surviving just fine without healthcare. I do great. If I die, I die. I don't. This the very what was the Russian guy from Rocky? I don't.
Hold on. Listen. Number one, Cole's 15 years old, has no idea what it means to not exist. So go fuck yourself on your. If I die, okay, on your motorcycle while you stand on, get the fuck out of here with that. Number one. Number two is, look, that doesn't exist. Thank you, Megan, for saying that. I appreciate you chiming in. Look, you can't. We're in a weird situation that is unprecedented, right? At the same time, there's the issue with people not being like, look, guy, learning how to communicate in a committed relationship, okay? If you don't learn to communicate with each other, you will fail. Period. It's just it's a ticking time bomb before figuring out how to communicate and breaking apart as a couple, right?
My issue is that I over communicate though. Communication's never been my problem. I just tell you exactly what I'm thinking all the time. People, I've run into the situation a lot with women. They're like, the worst thing you could ever be is a liar. And I'm like, well, your cooking sucks. Can I make dinner tonight? You know what I mean? Like,
well, you have to.
They don't really hate liars.
You have to lie in life. I mean, it's there's a certain thing because like people are like, oh, is my content good? And you're like, I don't want to tell you it sucks, but because I don't want like what if they kill themselves? Exactly. I don't want that on my conscience. You know what I mean? So it's like it's delivering the truth lightly. You got to be a politician when you're dealing with some of these women. I mean, it's they're once you get them figured out, they're a pretty easy bunch. They really are. They all want the same shit. They all just want to feel wanted, feel special.
Sure.
Every now and then, you know what I mean? Yeah. And when they say they don't want to be lied to, that's a lie. They want to be lied to. They want to live the lie is what they want. They'd rather have the appearance of good stuff.
There's a key distinction in there though, Joey, is people want you to lie to their feelings. They don't want to be deceived, right? So when you say something like someone goes, "Hey, is my content really good?" You say, "You know what I caught? I definitely see how you're trying to make those connections. And listen, your audience is really kicking off. That's fantastic, and you should be proud of it."
I don't know, man. I'm so fucked up though. Like I had a mother who just like, I swear to God, she swears she loves me, but it felt not like love. So like, you can't hurt my feelings. My feelings are not like, so when I'm like asking for criticism, I'm like, hey, so this thing that I did, one of these TikToks or whatever, and you're all like, no, it sucks. I'm like, all right, so what can I do to make it better? It doesn't hurt my feelings whatsoever. So then I try to like go back at other people, specifically women, with that same energy, and they're like, why are you so mean? And I'm like, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was telling you what I thought, you know. Like,
I've fallen into that trap when someone asked for feedback and I gave it and realized they did not want feedback.
They want coddling. Yep, they want coddling in the that's why I watch people who praise other people too. You know, the whole do you remember that Seinfeld with the baby's breathtaking? Then they got called breathtaking, whatever. Same concept applies. You know, if somebody's like, "Oh, everything's fab, everything's great," I could tell when like a girl's attracted to me. She likes everything I put out, even if it's a shit show. Or like I've had people say, "Oh, your fantasy football show was great," and I know they don't even know what football is. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta, you know, if somebody just enables everybody in the world and just says everything's good, I don't want that part of that toxic positivity because it's gonna make you worse in the end, because if you think everything's good, there's no delineation between good and bad, you're not going to be a better person at the end of the day.
Thank you for saying that. Toxic positivity is a huge issue, especially in the comedic and YouTube world, I think. In the performing arts. The performing arts have both toxic behavior, both positive and negative.
I've run into that situation with a couple of comics where like they're being so nice to another comedian or whatever, and I'm like, oh, well, you guys are tight or whatever. He's like, no, I fucking hate that guy. I'm like, why did you tell him all his stuff was awesome?
You're just so great.
And he's like, oh, so that he keeps doing what he's doing and he'll fail. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's vindictive. Holy fuck.
God, there's a couple guys in Toronto I know that are like, people start talking and be like, yeah, everybody should just quit comedy. And what they're doing is they just keep on saying to people, you guys should all quit. You should all quit comedy. Because he's saying that with the intent of, well, if you guys quit, there's more for me.
Yeah.
So like, I do understand that, but also you should quit with them. You suck dick too. You know, he's absolutely horrible. But at the same time, I haven't seen him in 4 years and I don't care to see him either. So like that being said, there's certain elements to it where you're going, hey, yeah, that's not necessarily important. And I really, I tried to share stuff before and everything. I said, you know what? No. I'm going to post my stuff. Here's my stuff. You like? Great. You don't like? I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm doing me. I'm not doing you. That's fucking retarded.
That's exactly why I don't take people's advice unless I'm like tight friends with them. Those people that are like, you should do it like that, bro. I don't even know you. Like,
Thanks,
shut
bro.
up.
I like the comics who act like their shit. They're the only person who has that style. Like, oh my shit's proprietary. I can never totally, motherfucker. Everybody has dick jokes, fucking porn jokes, weed jokes, all the jokes, different cities. I mean, back in the day, we didn't have the internet, so nobody saw everybody's shit. Go on everybody's YouTube channel. Go watch your female community. I guarantee you, it's all about the same shit. Same thing with guy comics. Maybe here or there it's a little different, but there's 3-4 basic styles, and everybody follows the fucking pattern. All the jokes are pretty much the same at the end of the day. Just so don't act like you're whatever. The people who are up there and got big just came from a big lucky era, and they keep producing and keep more and more of it. Kevin Hart shit like that. So I mean, people keep this Cold War comedy mindset, and it's just ridiculous. You don't need to go out there doing 10 mics a week. You're not going to grow. You're not.
Right.
Gas is $3.50 a gallon. You don't need to be driving to fucking Rochester.
Yeah, Joe, you're the one that kind of put me onto that path too, because like I was going hard at it a lot, and you kind of mentioned, I was like, you know what, he makes a good fucking point. Why the fuck am I going to open mic every fucking day? Fuck this. Like it's stressing me the fuck out is what it's doing.
Well, this is the thing. There's okay, so and there's two sides of this, and both are viable. They're like there's a million different ways to learn your comedy, right? To be who you are meant to be. Like that's what you're doing, is you're stripping the layers until you can be you at its purest form, because you can't be denied at that point, right? But you have to remember too, is every experience, it depends on how you use it. Like I would go to 3 mics in a night, and every single mic would be different way of delivering the premises, different order of the premises, different punchlines for someone. Like everything, I would be experimenting every single joke multiple times, multiple ways, multiple deliveries. That's an experiment. That's training, right? When you go and do the same set every single time to different crowds, no, you're just rehearsing a shit set. It's not, right? You're not working. You're not trying to figure it out. So in the same sense, if you're going places and just doing the same shit every day, yeah, what do you expect? It's a waste of your time, a waste of their time too.
How long did you
learn how to talk to people? If you know how to talk in front of a crowd, that's fucking 60% of it. The rest of you just fucking
parties. You know what I mean? Parties is a good way to practice too. It doesn't have to be big parties, just like gatherings too.
Yeah. That's where the roots of my comedy started. Just parties making people laugh. Oh yeah,
that's how I did it. I was always the life of the get together or whatever. How do you go about dropping a joke? You know what I mean? Like, how long do you're like, I like this premise, but how many times does it fail before you're like, this isn't working?
Dino's the person asking that one, because my philosophy on stand-up point forward is going to be this. I mean, I used to try to write down the jokes, remember them, and this and that. And some were good, some were not, but I just smoked so much, I just couldn't remember the fucking jokes, dude. I'm not going to try to remember. I'm not going to try to remember at this point, so I just get up there and just talk. Whatever. I'll just look at an object in the room. Oh, there's a vacuum cleaner. And just do 5 minutes of vacuum cleaners at that point. I haven't tested this theory yet because I've been on YouTube so much. I still haven't done a post-pandemic mic. But I mean, if I do one, it's going to be something I produce. I'm also a control freak at this point. Yeah. I mean, I've proven to myself that I could take my brand, Joe Edibles, and make it work to where it's monetizable on YouTube. It has a lot of work, 3 years, a lot of effort, a lot of hustling, a lot of talking about shit streams. I'm going to say this is shit. You know what I mean? Just talking to people that don't really want to talk to, et cetera, et cetera. Growing. I've learned to be a kind of a politician almost. I could talk to almost anybody about anything. I mean, even if I have to pretend a little bit. So it's like, on the back.
Emotional damage.
Thank you for that, Joey. I really appreciate that little comment in the middle. Please continue.
It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Hey, me and Dino go here. We're gonna wreck this place, or it's gonna be. I got so many friends now too, to where, and the key is too. And this is the thing I've learned big time, man, is that relationships is everything in this entertainment business. I saw it was Mr. Beast's manager or whatever. He was doing a little interview, and he said, 60% or more of my shit isn't through emails, just through relationships I build. And that's the thing with me. Like, if I want to go live, I got fucking 20 people I can email. Hey, I want to go live. I'll go live. Boom, boom, boom. I'll have a panel of 6 in fucking 5 minutes, man. It's just the relationships I build. You find people who are addicted to the same craft you are. You grow with them. You build with them. You don't talk down to them. You can still joke with them. I tell some fucked up jokes about some people, but I'll also build them up at the same time. It's the Stuttering John thing. Howard Stern had all, Beetlejuice, Stuttering John, all those guys on his show. They were whatever, but he made them a lot of fucking money. Now they're all famous and overcame their disabilities. It's reverse kind of whatever. But at the end of the day, it's so much easier sitting in your house and just giving other people your shit. You can own this. It's a backdoor way of doing it, but the underground needs to live, and it's not going to live out there with shit comedy promoters. It's not. These guys are hucksters. They want to see people capitulate to the bottom last dollar. Everything doesn't have to be about every last single fucking dollar. You can do a free show. My next 10 shows will probably be free if I go out there and do comedy. I mean, I want to get to a level first to where people want to see me and they're craving to see me. Then boom, not just oh god, this guy's doing it again. I mean, I don't want to share fucking links on my Facebook and have the same one person like it. I think, oh, you're out here doing your thing, bro. It's a bunch of fake love, dude. I got time for that. I want to destroy shit. Have me
That's where
out
I'm
there.
at with it too. Is like I've done the practice, I've done the work, I know how to do stand up. Now I'm gonna go make an internet presence. So when I do eventually get back to doing stand up on a regular basis, I'll have a fucking following. You know what I mean? So
Look,
yeah.
but that's the whole idea when you do stand up, right? Like the way I see it, just to go back to your question in and of itself, Cole, was that if you have to exhaust the joke, right? Like to see how far you can or can't take it, and also going about it a different way. Because like this was the one thing that really was a challenge from the guy he's a very successful comic. He's a very funny guy. He's been famous. He's done tours and all this stuff. Now he's just an old man, so he teaches instead. And he's absolutely great, right? But he's an educator of how to be a comedic entity. Like he loves to educate people. He likes that part of it. So that's his want, his desire. So very good at it. But he explained, he goes, take a joke. And so often, as soon as we write a premise and the punchline, we're like, okay, I got it. Now I'm going to try and work it. No. He goes, write that out 10 more times, 10 different ways, because you think the first one's the best. No, explore it. See how shitty you can make it shitty, but also you may have made it gold and you don't even realize. So you have to actively, put it on trial, right? But like 3 or 4 times, like you get better at the start. Like when you first started, you're like a joke is halfway thought up, and then you figure it out on stage, right? For me now, I'm like, yeah, it's closer to like 85, 90%. And then I got to go on stage at least once or twice. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I know how to do that. But that's me just being a psychopath, right? Never trust a man sat on his ass saying he a good stand-up comedian.
Yeah. If there's
I will
a
see
chair
you in hell,
stage,
Nick.
I will straight sit on that chair. I got old tired feet, bro.
Guy, I'm huge. I'll definitely sit on the chair. I don't give
Well,
a shit.
it's like this too, dude. Comedy's a younger man's game. I mean, you go out there and it's no secret. Most of the stand-up circuits, all people in their 20s, because people in their 20s can be abused. People in 20s, they do gig shit. They're cool with it. Us older guys, Gen X, we're used to, set pensions and working hours. So we're not trying to fucking go out there, and do whatever. And we got, obligations and shit. I got a house to take care of. I can't be going out there on a Tuesday, for a $50 grand prize. The other fucking losers. I ain't got time for that, bro. Yeah. So I think the thing that's killing a lot of the comedy industry is the whole competition aspect of it. I don't like the competition. I was telling Cole this the one day, like there was a show here in Cleveland, I looked at 50 fucking names. I didn't recognize one of them. I mean, it's like this big festival.
And they're all from here.
Right, literally all from here. These should be people I know. It's like this is
wow.
I mean, it's like it's like the black girl hair effect. Like they're doing their hair for the other black girls. They're not doing it for anybody else. These comedies are doing this certain style of comedy for like just the other comedians and the club promoters, and
that's the worst.
It's stupid. It's stupid. Hey. They're not thinking outside the box. They're not afraid to take. They're all afraid to take a risk. None of them like coming to my show is a risk. It's a risk. If you're a good comic, you can last on my show. I just had Tim on the show the other day. It was a risk for him, but he did good. He did really good. I'll give Tim some props. And I can make anybody look good. I'm not gonna lie. It's all about relationship building and just having fun with them. Too many people are just they're so toxic, dude. This toxicity in our city. Yeah. It's just ridiculous, man.
It's not just that, but there's too much toxicity across the board. I heard it explained the other day was that authenticity was key to people being noticed, right? But then it was the authenticity of the wackiness, and then it's just being wacky. And now it's like, I'm gonna snort chili powder, and you can watch my eyes bleed, and then you'll like me. Like, which you're going, okay. And Joey, like I was trying to ask Joey earlier about doing some spicy stuff, and you were like, I don't want to do spicy stuff anymore. I totally understand that. However, I'm not monetized, so I will do spicy stuff, and Cole's going to do it with me. Why? Because I want to see him cry.
Honestly, spicy stuff is a good way to, when you're growing, good way to get subs and grow with people, because people love it, especially the Pocky One chip. That's fucking gold for views. I mean,
they like to see people in pain,
Oh yeah, it's giving them the blood. I mean,
especially with personalities like mine that are like so, like what is the word, like so divisive. They would love to see me in pain.
Well, and look, you're going to see a fat man cry and then, complain that I just shit my pants. Like, it's, who doesn't want to watch that? Let's,
I
You get
don't.
all of the joy of my face going, oh God, I can shit my pants.
You know, I don't think you're ready to go up against me in the spicy food challenge because you're gonna be sitting there sweating and crying, and I'm gonna be like, "What's the next one? Can we?" Because I eat some fucked up spicy foods. I'm not gonna play with you. Like,
We did spicy everything. Dude. We did spicy chocolate bars, spicy gummies, one chip. There was like fucking 6-7 different spicy things. We did the peanuts.
Listen,
It got ridiculous there for a minute, but I mean, it grew. It was good. It was this time last summer. Like during the summer, there's a lot of lulls. Like we're getting guests and shit because everybody's out doing shit. And last summer, that's what it was, and that's when we did all the spicy shit last summer. And then this summer, we had now it's just now the audience is there now. I'm where I'm at now with the audience to where like we did that sunglasses show. And it was 30 some people watching it. It was one of the.
I got 9 new subscribers out of that show. It's fantastic.
Right,
yeah, I got 7 from doing it with you.
right. It's out there, man. The
I'm
audience
not
is
doing
there.
it with you, but like,
And you're right. I know what you're saying. If the other comics, especially in Cleveland and the area, if they would realize the value of YouTube, growing together, you could just come up and say hi. I'm not guaranteeing you anything, but if you're good and they like your shit, they're gonna check you out. They really will.
Look, well, people got to stop performing for other comedians. That's not a market. That's not a sustainable industry. And the fact is, they don't want you to succeed.
right?
Right. So how often? And look, social media is rife with people just stealing material and then saying, "Oh no, this is mine." You're going, "No, it's not. This is not. You're a liar." Right.
It's always another comedian or entertainer of sorts that's got something negative to say about my Twitter or my Instagram. I've
Always.
been called a Twitter goblin, which honestly is my favorite derogatory term I've been called. And it was by another comedian. You know what I mean? It's only ever comedians that ever have something bad to say about me personally. I don't know how it works for everybody else, but it's never just
Like,
some random follower,
I've had random people just hate, and honestly, I just responded. I'm like, "Thanks, you're awesome."
Well, yeah, okay, so
Right.
YouTube is bad for that. I got a lot of hate on my YouTube comment from random people, but like, I like that because you're just commenting and it's helping my algorithm grow a little bit, so that's fine.
Look,
But
in all honesty, that's why I like doing the live show specifically on YouTube, is because, hey, guess what? This is me. Yeah.
we can
And you know
argue with you. Yeah, go ahead, make a comment
happily.
live. We'll argue with you.
Happily.
Go ahead if you
And
want to
trust me,
fucking do this.
I will lose my goddamn mind. Surge, this is, you know what? I had a buddy. I think I've told this story before. I had a buddy who said, we went for wings. There's a place that Wednesday night had 19-cent wings, and they were good wings. So we would go get like 1-2 pounds each. It was a great night. Have a fun time. Now, he said, I want my wings as hot as you can make it. Anyone who's worked in a restaurant knows as soon as you say that, there's a someone in the back who has just been challenged and is going to ruin your life. Okay, that's just how that works. And by the end of it, I had 1 wing, and I was like, "That's insane." He had 5. He couldn't feel his hands or his face. We drove him home and just dumped him out of the car and be like, "Your problem now." And just drove away. Okay. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, listen, everyone who's been like, "Hey, I can really take my hot stuff," I go, "Good for you." And then watched as their entire bowels just release on them because it's so hot. So, whatever. It's fine.
Nah.
Nah.
I stay eating spicy
There's a
food.
couple channels I can show you guys that they do hot stuff all the time. It's they're crazy, man.
Well, Serge told me about one. No, you did. What you showed me one, Joey? What was the one that you showed me? Oh crap! What's his name? It's a guy. He goes live all the time.
Blake?
No, not Blake. Not Blake. It's another guy. Spicy
Phil. Everything spicy.
Everything spicy. I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
always
some
doing.
really good stuff.
He's always doing. He's up in Michigan. He's up right there in Detroit. I gotta hook up with him actually.
Best do all the wings starving at the time. Oh, bro, you didn't know there were lava chicken and you blasted the wings. Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah, I don't like hot. I mean, I don't. Maybe if there's like a habanero-ish flavor to the hot sauce, maybe. But I'm not a big hot sauce fan.
Yeah,
I'm just not. I just don't like it. I mean, it's just
it's not enjoyable.
Right?
You
We're the only
garlic
place
in
that
it?
does it.
If you throw garlic in it, it don't matter how spicy it is, I'll tear through it. It's the garlic that it makes it for me.
Listen,
I do love garlic.
There's garlic in my blood, man. I'm Greek. Like, I brush my teeth with tzatziki. I'm like, well, it's delicious. Okay, fine, whatever.
Sour cream.
Whatever, guy. You ate craft dinner until you were, Until now, go fuck yourself. The
Dude,
point
there's
is-
if you go to Harry Buffalo, they got a Cajun ranch. It's really good. And I think there's a
I've
Cajun
never
grill.
been there, and it's right by my fucking house. Like,
Dude,
I
you
don't know why I
gotta
never
go
go.
go up there, and I think it's Monday. They have whatever the wing night is. Go up there like 79 cents a piece, and they're fucking banging wings, dude. Harry Buffalo probably got some of the best wings out there. Their blue cheese is like actual blue cheese and melts. Oh, it's so good. It's not
Oh,
that
I
packaged.
love blue cheese. Fuck
Dude,
it.
oh, it's fucking. I could eat blue cheese raw almost. It's so good. It's fucking
You know
good.
who's got really good wings too? Is Winking Lizard. Have you been there?
Oh, I think I went right across the street from work. I've been to Weekend Lizard probably about
I
300 times.
love their wings.
Hey, you two, just so you guys can make dinner plans later, just make sure you order this when you get a drink. It's called cum sauce, and you can both have it, you sons of
Is it
bitches.
spicy?
Stop talking about your dinner plans, you pieces of shit.
Is it spicy? Me and Joe are gonna go on a date later. Fuck it.
Obviously, listen, I look forward to. I feel like we don't have to do spicy wings, but we could go just have a wing contest and see who can eat the most.
Oh, dude, I told you about the day that I ate like 80 wings or some shit by myself.
I love
I
how
think we did a hot dog eating contest for the 8th show. So I'll give you some background. So the Simpsons did a 138 show spectacular back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's like the average of something. So I read somewhere that the average podcast lasted like 8 shows. So for the 8th show, I did the 8th show spectacular, and it just happened to coincide with the 4th of July. So we did me and Pat did a hot dog eating contest. Just same rules as fucking Chestnut and them do.
oh god,
And bro, it's death. It's death. What people don't know is that maybe a lot of people do know, maybe some don't, but they fucking yak all this shit up 5 minutes after the show's done. We didn't do that, bro. I ate 13 hot dogs and buns, and that shit all passed through me, bro. I gained 9 pounds during the fucking show, and I went to the bathroom probably about 5 times the next day. It was so ridiculous.
I'm fucking down for this shit because I may have lost almost 100 pounds last year, but I did not lose my appetite whatsoever. And I ate garbage all day long during that pandemic. It does not matter. I can eat an ungodly amount of food. It's embarrassing, honestly, how much food I can eat in one sitting. I'm down if y'all want to do a fucking food eating contest. I can fuck up some food.
Well, Friday we're doing shots of
we're
syrup.
doing shots of maple syrup.
Can you get a hold of some maple syrup and go live with us?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That sounds like a hangover without the fun.
This is how you get rich. You got
I'm
the
gonna,
crazy.
I'm gonna
you
get
gotta
some.
crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna get some good maple syrup, and we're gonna do it. It's gonna be good. It's okay.
This-
So
What
chance
time
for
on
every-
Friday?
5:30 p.m. Friday, 5:30 Eastern.
I gotta pick up my kid at like 7:30. I might try to do it. There's no alcohol involved, right?
No, you don't have to do
Okay,
alcohol.
yeah,
No.
I'll definitely try to swing on then.
all right, actually, so that's we'll leave it there. So tomorrow is What the Fuck Wednesday on Upside Down Studios. Marco couldn't be here today, but we're gonna go tomorrow. Also, What the Fuck Did I Just Watch after that? Joey, you have any other shows that are happening this week that you want to plug? We have Friday at 5:30 on Square Table Degenerates. Check it out. Also, like, comment, subscribe, all the things and the stuff and the hey. Any other shows, Joey, you want to thing? You want to plug?
I'm pretty sure everybody who watches this is already something mine. But on the 23rd at 5:30, normal showtime slot, we got JJ French, guitarist from Twisted Sister, is going to be live. So that should be a good one. He's a talker, so it should be pretty fun. He's got some great stories too. He's got some banger stories, dude. So definitely check that one out.
Twisted Sister did, like, God, they spoke to Congress. They're badass. No, fuck that
Right?
shit. Yeah.
And definitely check out all the various shows that are booked open mics in Cleveland that me and Joey will not be on.
If you don't want to have laughter, go to those shows. Otherwise, check out all of
I'm
us.
catching
at
a lot
our-
of flack for that one later, but fuck it.
Probably, but that's what God invented the internet. Thank you, Tech Jesus Elon Musk, and we will see you guys a little bit later. Bye, guys.
Later.